Hi guys, this is Andy from Living Past Tomorrow. If you're new here, we are in the middle of renovating our Class C RV, and today I wanted to walk you through what tools I am using to keep track of everything we have going on and how I figure out what's the best thing to do next in our renovation. So stay tuned. So one of the first tools I use is a website that I can track using a Kanban board, kind of all the individual items that were going on. So let's go to the computer and I'll show you. So on this screen, what you see is each item is just a task I've given ourselves to complete. So something simple as installing a curtain divider, ordering blinds, ordering or installing the floor quarter round, bathroom barn door. Some of these projects are really big. Some of them, like buying a TV mount, are relatively small. I've done my best with these minute kind of estimators to figure out how long each task is going to take. And that way I can take this into a more of an Excel format and calculate time expected if I wanted to go that deep. But to go over what a Kanban board is it's pretty simple. You have columns that go across the top, and then each column represents some sort of status in this case. So not started, in progress, blocked, completed, or maybe I won't do. Something I decided I wanted to do and then later decide either I don't need it, can't do it, whatever. The process is pretty simple. All you have to do is once I buy a TV mount, I move it to in progress. If it's blocked, I can move it to blocked, and this one I can just open up by clicking on it. Or if it's completed, once I've completed it, I can move it to complete. Now this one I haven't started yet, so I'm going to move it back to not started. In the very beginning, I just went through a list and I created everything I thought I needed to do. I didn't care about the order, I didn't care about how long it was going to take, just make a list. Start from big items and then work your way into small items. Again, the order really doesn't matter, it's just a way to break down and figure out what you need to do. So from there, once you have this list, start adding a few details. Maybe you want to group activities based on location they need to be done, maybe interior or exterior, or front of the RV or back of the RV, or type of work. Maybe it's carpentry versus painting versus decor items, whatever. However you want to organize this, you can put that data in here so you can sort by it, track by it, whatever. There are two tools I have found that I think will both really work well for this kind of work to get you a Kanban board. The one we're looking at here, I've never used before. It's not sponsored by, but I am using Airtable. Honestly, I saw a bunch of ads for it online, I think through Instagram, and I was like, hey, I'll try it out. It's actually a pretty cool program. It's like an Excel, but it's a little bit easier to use. It's kind of also like Apple Numbers, if any of you have used that. So once you switch this to a grid view, you can basically see the full list. This is where I typed in the list I needed to complete the projects. I also then created an area, a status. In this case, anything that equals status of complete or won't do, filtered out. So that's why we won't see them. I put in an estimated time. I actually haven't needed that field, but I did think it would be interesting to have just in case. And then a few of these items are assigned to Kristen. Again, not sure if I needed that field, wasn't sure at the time. I think as we get further into the completion of the renovation, there's going to be tasks that I need to take on and tasks she needs to take on. And I really wanted to have those sorted out. Also to make sure if there was any dependencies. So if I needed to complete something before she could complete something, that view was clear if needed. And then also we are trying to make episodes of all of this. So I am trying to track which episodes some of these go into. For a couple reasons. One is I want to make sure they're completed and we've covered them in the episodes. I don't want to leave anything out. And then two, if I ever need to go back and reference what episode was this item in, maybe I want to pull extra video from it or whatever, I have some sort of recording of what was covered in each episode. I put a cost here. I haven't used that one. It'd be nice to go back and fill that in so I can track what kind of each project costs me. Sometimes these, like the flooring, is the most expensive, a couple $100, but sometimes, you know, the item was nothing. Maybe I recovered it from maybe extra scraps I had, or it kind of depends on how we want to track the price. So this is one tool. The other tool I really like, and I've used this for a ton of things, is Asana. Asana is a great tool built by great people at Google and Facebook. And you can do exactly the same thing. You can get a Kanban board. You can also view this in more of a grid view if you'd like. You have lots of options with Asana. I use it for a lot of other things. It's great just for as a task manager. If you're looking for something to help stay organized or give you a good to-do list, this is a good place to start. Another great feature I like that both tools will offer is if I click onto an item, I can get a little bit more information, I can get more fields displayed, and I can get kind of a running notes or an audit log, I guess is the technical term. So here I can change any of these statuses, I can mark dates, I can add fields that maybe I don't want to see in the table but I want to track. I can add comments and notes. This would be more for a collaboration kind of feel. If I'm working with people on different things, I can send them comments. Both tools are really great at that. I am more or less working on my own in this, so I'm not using that too much. But there are times where I might find something. Maybe I'm shopping for something, or I come across something I'm not ready to order yet, but I need it. I want to save that item. I can go put that into the notes. I can put the Amazon link or the website link in, and I can store that data here. So I'm not filtering through notes or storing it somewhere else. Everything for this project is located in one specific place. So once you have this master list of everything you can think of, keep that list up to date. As you continue to work, you'll find more things to add, you'll find things that you need to remove. Keep it up to date. That way, when you're ready to go work on it, you have a very good list of everything you know needs to be done. Now, when you're trying to figure out what to do next, what you need to do today or this weekend, I pick 5 things. I've learned that I really can't get more than 5 things done, and also other things will come up. Either you'll be removing trim to put a cabinet in place and the trim comes off and now you have to repaint it. Or as you figure out you were going to remove the couch, there's now seat belts there and those need to either be removed or rejigged or whatever. So pick 5 things and try and complete those 5 things. In some cases you won't even get to maybe 1 thing. I can tell you painting took us 3 to 4, maybe 5 weekends with all the cabinets and hardware and walls and all that stuff. So it kind of depends, but as I've gotten further along, 5 things seem to be what I can accomplish in a weekend. And I go through, I pick the 5 things that seem to be the biggest items, the ones that create the most amount of change in the renovation process, and I write them down in my notebook, and then I figure out what order and when I'm going to accomplish them. So sometimes in my notebook, I'll say at 9 a.m. I want to spend this much time doing this task. After lunch, I'm going to try and complete this task. And then on Sunday, here is my schedule. For me, that keeps me on a schedule. That tells me how much time I can designate towards a task. And if a task is taking too long or too short, maybe I can fit more or less things in. All right, so that's how we do our planning for our restoration, our renovation, our remodel, however people are calling this. I hope you found this useful. This is how we do it. Again, there's lots of different ways. I haven't seen any videos on how people are managing this information. So for those of you wanting to tackle this, it is a lot to do. There are a lot of moving parts. So definitely take the time, plan it out, and it will be much more beneficial in the long run so you don't have to redo anything or you have to redo less things going forward. We're going to try and push out more videos like this. We also hopefully will get this RV finished so we can start traveling and posting some travel videos. So please make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos, and we will see you next time. Thank you.